Good afternoon. Today we're going to be discussing gangs in the United States. A little bit about myself. My name is Darryl Jones. I work in Albany, Georgia, with the Albany Police Department. I'm assigned to the Criminal Investigative Division. Also, I'm assigned to a part of Homeland Security, which is also called Georgia Terrorism Information Project. Um, I've been employed in law enforcement for about 14 years now. I started straight out of high school at about 19 years of age. Um, I investigate crimes here within the city of Albany. Also, I venture out to different states as a part of the Georgia Terrorism Information Project. We have specific training in a lot of areas, one being intelligence in the United States. This topic here of gangs go right along with that, some of that intelligence. I've been out of the country to Canada, Toronto mainly, where there's starting to be a influx in gang activity. We get to study different countries, different type of gang activities, different seminars, different types of gangs, the most violent gangs, the most prevalent gangs in the United States, what kind of things they're into, what kind of people they look to recruit, all those different types of things. Like I said, today we're going to discuss some of those things. This is part of my discussion for community policing, partnership for problem solving here at Thomas University, Thomasville, Georgia. So today we're going to discuss, like I said, street gangs in the United States. There are several different types of street gangs in the United States, but today I'm going to discuss the most popular, the most violent, those type of things. Top street gangs. For one, we have the Crips. Crips are prevalent all around the United States. Everybody's familiar with the Crips. Also, we have the Bloods. The Bloods are rivals of the Crips. Gangs mainly started because of the rivalry between members of the Crip set as well as the Blood set. The third one we'll talk about is the Black Gangster Disciples. Black Gangster Disciples started as part of growth and development in the United States. Their whole organization was founded on growth and development, actually bringing blacks together to actually make money and export goods. Another one is the Aryan Brotherhood. Aryan Brotherhood started in the prisons. It's mainly a prison gang, but it has spilled over onto the street. Mainly when people exit prison and go on the street, the Aryan Brotherhood, they will recruit members outside of prison so they could help with things like organized inside of the prison. And mainly one of those things is transporting drugs back and forth to the prison, sending money, cell phones, all those types of things. And the fifth one we're going to talk about is Mara Salvatore 13, which is MS-13. That gang is mostly Salvadorian, but they have employed some type of Mexican members as well. So let's talk about the Crips. The Crips gang is mostly made up of African American males. Not saying that they don't employ other types of people, but it's mainly African American. It started out being all African American, but through the course of the years, they reached out to employ other people, such as some white, some Hispanic, some Latinos, things of that nature. So they were founded in 1969 by Stanley Tookie Williams and Raymond Lee Washington. Mainly the Crips they were formed because Tookie Williams and Raymond Washington got into a beef with some other guys. They got into a fight, so Tookie Williams and Washington said, "Hey man, let's start an alliance. We can recruit more people, and we can be called a group. Which, if we have any problems, we'll go through and we'll regulate whatever problem we have." It originated in Los Angeles, California. As you know, most of the gangs here in America originated in Los Angeles. There were so many I guess, wars going on around Los Angeles. People needed protection and things of that nature. The deadliest Crip gang is a Rolling 60 Crip gang. This Crip gang has been deemed the deadliest because they're known for execution and carrying out hits. The Crip gang was not originally meant to be that deadly, but the Rolling 60 Crip set, they spilled over into, like I said, taking money to do hits and things of that nature. They were originally named the Cribs, and they carried canes to show their pimp status. 8-tray Crip is second popular, and their colors are blue. We do have an 8-tray Crip set here in Albany, Georgia, which all the way from California down to Albany, Georgia, we have a Crip set. 8-tray is more popular here in Albany. Then we talk about the Bloods. They're primarily but not exclusive African American. Like I said, they started out as being African American based, but they reached out to other people. They were formed in the 1960s to compete with the influence of the Crip gangs in Los Angeles. They were started to rival the Crips. They offer protection from the Crips. So anybody they recruited, they said, hey, we can protect you from the Crips. Started by Sylvester Scott and Benson Owens. Sylvester Scott and Owens got into it with Tookie Williams and Raymond Washington. So they formed their own set to rival the Crips, and they were called Bloods. The first set established was Pyru. Pyru is very popular even today as a subset of the Bloods. They have no known national leader at this point, but they have like older members that command different sets of Bloods, and their colors are red. Black Gangster Disciples. They were started by Larry Hoover in the 1960s and David Barksdale. This set also originated out of Los Angeles. It has a 6-point star, which each point means something. Love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Their colors are blue and black. They're known to wear some type of Georgetown Hoyas or Duke Blue Devils type apparel. Like I said, this group was started to help blacks advance in the society to get money and things of that nature. They're represented by a black flag. Tookie Williams, back in the 60s, came up with this clever idea to form a group to help blacks advance in society. It started out as him and a group of friends. They would share like knowledge on how to get money and things of that nature. In which they got into it with some guys, and all of him and his friends jumped the guys, and they expanded by letting other people in the group. Next one we'll talk about is the Aryan Brotherhood. It's also known as the brand or AB. This is their symbol, as you can see at the top, is a swastika. They usually use the number 666. This group of gangs is about 10,000 members strong, in and out of prison. This gang is a very violent gang. They're known to execute, torture, and kill people. If you're not white, you cannot be a part of the Aryan Brotherhood. No blacks, they despise blacks, gays, anybody that are not purely white according to them. They're sort of like the Ku Klux Klan. They took on the Ku Klux Klan's. They took on the Ku Klux Klan initiatives and things of that nature. Formed in San Quentin prison in the 1960s, they had ties to Charles Manson and family. Mara Sutra 13, MS-13, they're very violent. This gang right here is the International Criminal Street Gang. They started out of Los Angeles and started in the 1980s by Salvadorian immigrants. They have ties to Al-Qaeda. Like I said, they're very violent. A lot of these, they do violent killings where they'll decapitate the victim, or they'll hang them from trees, things of that sort. Recruiting methods. A lot of gangs recruit through social media. 33,000 street gangs in the United States, about 1.4 million active members. Recruitment occurs often in the school system. Statistic: total number of gangs in the U.S. is 1,150,000. Prison street gangs 24,250. 24,250. At age 18%. Members under the age of 18 is 40% of gang members who are female is 8%. Juvenile boys in for correction facilities is 90%. Percent of U.S. cities with 100,000 plus population that reported gang activities is 86%. And that's very high. Gangs are known for burglary, robbery, drug trafficking, assault, threats, intimidation, larceny, theft. All those things help fund their organizations. My name is Darryl Jones, and I thank you for watching.